Good morning. Time to make the coffee. And the vinegar worked. My little machine is pumping out the coffee this morning. It's going to be 45 today, and it is nasty out there because it's only 32, and we've got that icy rain, you know, where you get the little tiny ice pellets. Ew. Well, anyway, I'm glad I'm nice and warm in here. But, you know, it would be a hard life being wildlife out there. I know they're used to it and all that, but it would be a hard life. So today's coffee is pecan pie. It's from the coffee I got from Ollie's. I think it's good coffee. And the brand is Donut Cafe. And there's 3 or 4 different flavors in there. And I think it's really good. And you get 80 pods. So if you have an Ollie's near you and you like coffee, check it out. So I'm staying home today. Hopefully it'll clear up a little bit, but it's really gray and dark. So good day to stay inside and stay home. So I have to remember to run a cup of vinegar through this little coffee maker once a month. And what I did was I ran a little bit through so that it got hot, turned it off, let it sit, did it again, and did it again until the vinegar was clear, and then I ran 2 cycles of hot water through the machine, and that fixed it right up. Because I could see the coffee grounds in the vinegar water. So anyway, I'm glad I don't need to buy a coffee pot, because that would be something I'd have to buy like right away. Because I do like my morning cup of coffee. All right, let's give this a taste. Cheers. Yep, very good. So I have all kinds of varieties of coffee now. I have the chocolate raspberry, I have all the different pods from Ollie's, I have coffee that I got from Aldi's last time I went. I got French vanilla and hazelnut. And so I have a lot of variety of coffee that I can choose from. But I put everything with my chocolate creamer. You guys know that. So I really need to get up in that closet today. I just don't feel like it. I worked a little bit on my garden plans, and a little rough sketch of my plans should be working. So okay, I'm going to go check my budget binder and enjoy my coffee, and I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, for yesterday I get a big red X. Wah wah. Well, this was a planned buy. I had something sitting in my Amazon box for a couple days, and it's something that I've been wanting for a while. So I found a good deal on it. I was watching Arrow Garden Experiments. If you're into the little gardens, indoor gardens, the hydroponic Arrow Gardens, go check out his channel. He grows everything and anything in his hydroponic gardens. And I think he's from India. At least that's what his accent sounds like. And I just like hearing him talk too. But anyway, he had bought this device, and what it is is a kitchen composter, but it was on sale, and it's the lowest price it's been for a long time. Plus that, it was $100 off. So normally those things run about average $400, which no way was I going to buy that. So he demonstrated it on his channel, and the price was right for me. I still had some money left from Christmas, so I ended up paying $199 for it, with the $100 after the $100 were taken off. So it's supposed to come today. I'm excited about that, because then I don't have to buy any compost, because it makes compost, you know, like within 8 hours. So, and I think you still have to let it sit and ferment for a while, but that's okay. It takes care of all my kitchen waste. So I've tried different things. I mean, I have worms, composting worms, but it's really, really messy. And I keep asking my son. He says he wants them, but he just never gets over here to pick them up. So, but they make worm castings, and that's kind of different than what this does. This apparently dries all the veggie scraps, and then it grinds them up into a fine compost. So I hope it works well, and I think that was money well spent. So now back to the no spend, and I'm hoping not to spend money the rest of the week. And but we'll see what happens. I can't think of anything right now that I need. I have plenty of food. So anyway, that's my big red X today. This morning for breakfast, I had brie cheese with some of my leftover seitan that I finished up. I finished up a slice of sourdough, and I had my homemade pickles. It was delicious. Well, here's my new composter. It came in a really big box, and it had me worried that it was going to be huge. But it's not. It's a decent size. You could put it on your counter, but I'm not going to. I have a little spot right as I walk in the dining room where I can put it, but it's a good-looking little thing. It's got the wood grain top, and this is, you can lock it or unlock it, and then you push the button, and it opens. And it's got a decent-sized pail. It's a heavy pail, and it's got a heating mechanism down there. And I think you line up the arrows, and it snaps back in. And then here, this has this thing, and I think this comes off to clean it. So it's very neat and stylish and clean. And from what I understand, once you lock it, you push the button, and then it starts. And this is a clean and reset timer. So I just got it, just took it out of the box. I have to read the directions yet. But so far I like the way it looks. I think it's really pretty. And hopefully it will work and I can compost my garbage in there. I'm excited about that, because I'm tired of dragging 40, 50-pound bags of compost home. in my old car, it wasn't that big a deal, but in this little car, it's really a chore, and I don't want to bother other people to run me over to the store to get my supplies. So I think this will be very helpful. All right, I'm going to put this away. I don't really have anything to compost right now, but when I do, I'll show you how it works. Well, it's still cold and rainy, but the rain has kind of stopped. So I'm excited about this composter. It's the Idoo Garbo food composter. There it is. So I hope it's all I'm thinking it's going to be. It comes with a sticker you can put on it. You can't put glass, hard pits, drugs, candy and gum, big bones, woodwork, shell, and liquid. That's a no. So I guess anything else you can put in there. I know you can put banana peels and eggshells, and I usually have a lot of eggshells, and I just usually grind them in my little Ninja grinder, but now I can put those all in with the same thing. And I guess what it does is it dehydrates the food and then it grinds it up. Now I don't know if you can put it straight away into the garden, because normal composting, you know, it's like green wood and wood that's matured. That's not the word I want. Well, whatever, you get the idea. So I'm not sure. I have to do a little bit more research on that. But even so, you know, something like this would decompose a lot quicker than if you just put it in the composter, and because that usually takes a few months. So anyway, I'm going to see, because I have a bokashi system that I've never used, and I'd like to start using that. But what I was thinking was, because that comes with an inoculate, it's a grain that's been inoculated with something. So I don't know, I might, if this needs to compost further, I might put it from there into the bokashi. I don't know. I have to, like I said, I have to do some more research. But I'm hoping that that'll improve the yield in my garden. I'm excited this year because it's the first year that I'm gardening without the big trees in the back. So, and they had to come down. For those of you that are new here, it's not like I didn't get any pleasure in cutting down my trees, but the one Bradford pear, 2/3 of it was already down, and I was afraid it was close to the house. And then I had 2 red buds that were real tall and leggy, and they had to come down too because they were already scraping on the house, and I had them trimmed several times, and they just, you know, of course got bigger. And so I didn't get any pleasure in taking down the trees, and I also didn't get any pleasure in the bill that I'm still paying. So anyway, hopefully between the worm castings and the compost, maybe I can even make like a compost tea out of this to water my flowers with. And that's just taking, I think, I haven't really done that, taking leaves and things, and I don't know, I think you have to have a bubbler and all that, but I don't want to get into that. But I think you can also make compost tea out of your worm drippings or whatever. So I mean, I've been gardening for, well, I've always flower gardened, but I've been vegetable gardening maybe for 5 years. And of course I'm still learning. You know, there's people that have been gardening for a very long time that always learn something new. Because there's so many techniques and so many different things that you can do. It's not a one size fits all. You know, it depends on your soil, it depends on how you're gardening, in the ground or raised beds or in pots. You know, it's not all the same. So anyway, a couple years in a row I've started seeds, and I'm very good at propagating tomatoes. I always have an overabundance of them, and then I can't get rid of them. But this year I want to cut back on those because I really only need, 6 or 7, at the most 8 tomato plants. But, I would end up with a whole thing of little cups with tomato plants in them. So I never had any problems germinating those. I don't have a whole lot of luck with root vegetables at all. I think it's just too shady back there. But I try to put the tomatoes where they get the most sun. And I do think they get like 4 to 6 hours, and it's not heavy shade anymore. So anyway, I'm excited about the composter. And if you want to see how that works, if you're interested in one, go on over to Arrow Garden Experiments, and he just got one. In fact, that's where I got the idea, because I had been looking, but he said that he had gotten this one at a cheap price, so I'll just blame him that I spent all that money. No, it was a really good deal, and it was something I wanted. So anyway, I'm still working on my garden plan. For such a little garden, you'd think I'd be all done, but I want to cram as much into that little garden as I can and grow as much of my own greens and tomatoes and cucumbers, at least for the summer. I'd like to not have to go to the store and buy produce. Well, I would still need to go buy fruit, but I'm talking about greens and lettuces. That's my ultimate goal. If I get some zucchini that I can freeze, that's great. I would freeze excess tomatoes. You can freeze the greens. So we'll see. Every year it's an experiment, and every year it's different because of the weather. Some years are better than others. So, and we all know how crazy the weather's been. So anyway, that's what I've got going on today. I'm still working on it. I have one more section of my garden that I need to plan on paper. I have a plan for my deck, a plan for the 2 gardens. I have one fenced off with all my greens, because if I didn't do that, my dogs would eat all the greens. They love lettuce. You guys know that. So one year they ate all my lemongrass to the ground. They ate whatever I had in a pot that wasn't fenced in. It was gone. So, and a lot of times what I'll do is I'll just, throw them a leaf of kale or chard, and they munch that right down when I'm out working in the yard. They love that. I guess my dogs maybe are vegetarians too. No, they're not. But anyway, I'm going to have a cup of tea and work a little bit more on my garden, the one section that I have to do. And I'm feeling kind of guilty because I should be doing something else, but I don't know. It's such a blah day today that I don't have a whole lot of energy. So I might as well do something productive and plan my garden. And the garden I'm planting now, if things work out and they grow well, then I'm going to plant it the same way every year. So it just makes it a whole lot easier than spending a couple days making a garden plan. And if you're gardening in containers, it's not like when you garden in the ground where you have to do crop rotation and all that, because, you know, all you have to do is put new dirt in and there, boom, your crops are rotated. So, and hopefully this year I want to plant a bunch of pollinators back there. I want to plant, let's see, zinnias, alyssum, marigolds, what else? What else? Let me look at my plan. Begonias, did I say that? Fuchsias. And in the garden area, I want to plant nasturtium. So hopefully that'll draw some pollinators, and I'll get some zucchini this year, because that's another thing I don't have any luck with, is zucchini. Because in the back there was just too much shade, and the pollinators don't go there. They always go into the front where I have all my coneflowers. There's bees and stuff galore out in the front, but not in the back. So I'll bring some of those coneflowers back there as well. So, okay, I'll be back at dinner time. I have no idea what I'm making. I'll see if I can find something quick and easy again, because that's helping me clean out my freezer. And I'm loving the fresh salad. So, easy peasy. All right, I'll be back. Well, I quickly read the directions. Very simple, which is nice. I like simple. I like easy. So I'm not affiliated with this at all. I'm not sponsored. This is something I bought on my own dime that I've been wanting for quite a while. Just to, you know, turn garbage into something other than something that's dumped in the landfill. So I just wanted to real quick go over. I was surprised how many foods you can compost in there. Fruits and vegetables, meat products like chicken, pork, and fish. I was surprised about that. Soft shells such as eggs and shrimp. Liquid food like soup and stew. That surprised me. Grains like rice and cereal. Dairy products and confectionery. Nuts. Biodegradable PLA, CPLA items, paper plates and things like that, as long as they're biodegradable. Coffee grounds, fish bones, and soft bones. Compostable, what is that? Bagasse, you know, things like forks and knives and spoons that are compostable. You can put that in there. Bread, noodles, tacos, etc. So you can do all those things in there. I just thought, you know, it's fruits and vegetables and peels and eggs and bananas, but no, all that. You can't do large bones or hard shells like oysters or clams, metal or plastic products, you can't. Fruit pits or stems, tea bags, cloth, tape, and doggy bags. Metal, glass, kitchen utensils, batteries, cooking oils, cigarettes, medicine and chemicals, or coated paper. So that's quite a bit that you can compost. And some of those other things like the batteries you can recycle elsewhere. Plastics, you can do that. It also has an auto cleaning function, which is nice. You just pour in half a cup of water and push the clean button. 20 to 40 minutes later, it cools off, and then it's clean. It also has a replaceable charcoal filter that is good for 720 hours, so that lasts quite a while, so you don't have any smells from your food. So it's got that feature. And then it says here that you can spread it on your vegetables or whatever you're planting. It doesn't say anything else about having to further decompose it. So I guess you can just use it as a compost. So that's it. It's pretty simple. Very simple and easy, which makes me happy. So the proof will be in the pudding, and I'll show you guys how it works if and when, well, not if, but when I get enough stuff. Because it would be best to fill up the bucket, because it takes about 8 hours to run through the cycle. So I don't think it's something you'd want to do like every day, you know, for a few things. So you just wait until it's full, and then you do the composting. All right, I just wanted to update you on that if anybody's interested in something like that. And you don't have to be a gardener to compost your waste. You know, you might just want to be kind to Mother Earth. All right. Okay, here is my dinner for tonight. I have a somewhat smashed not beef pot pie from Marie Callender. I want to eat that up. I'm trying to get all the things out of my freezer that have been in there a while and that are like quick cook. So I pulled that out, and then I'm still eating my lovely salad from Costco the other day, and I have some olives and cheese and ranch dressing on there. So if you have random things in your freezer that just you want to make some room, just pull out some things and start eating them. All right, that's it for tonight's meal. All right, well, dinner was not epic, but it's one less thing in the freezer. That kind of got smashed around. I brought it back from my mom's last time I was over there, so I just wanted it out of there. And, you know, it filled me up, and the salad was good, though. So just trying to clean up my freezer. It's all about cleaning up everything. And there's so much. It just goes on and on and on. Oh, well, you know, sometimes you just have to say, you did it to yourself. So, anyway, and then forgive yourself, and then move on. Do what you can. So, all right, my friends, that's all I have for you today. I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you, and I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. Thanks for watching.